Woo! Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Just Be Simple podcast. We are in full effect. I want you to know that. And we're here to stay. While we have an old episode of the oh, wow. I just peeped right now. We got the same lights. Oh, snap. Look at the lights in this video and the lights now. Wow, that's nuts. And we're in two different locations. Gangsta. Synchronicity, man. Okay, this video or this episode, we're going to be speaking about the mirror. I need you to take this mirror. And I'm going to walk with you, though. I'm going to jog a little bit. I'm going to stop. We're going to stop. We're going to embrace the scenery. Then we're going to run. Then we're going to skip. Then we're going to jog. Then we're going to walk again. But just walk with me for right now, okay? I need you to take this mirror. This episode will be about the mirror. How many people run from the mirror? They're too busy looking out the window. They're looking outside instead of looking in the mirror, okay? So I first want to start off by saying thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support. And do your best. Do your absolute best. That's all we can all do in this life. Keep your head up. Whatever you do, whenever you feel your head getting down, pick it up. Or you should have people around you that's going to pick your head up when it's down. You know what I mean? But thank y'all for the love and support, okay? Just be simple. It's a lifestyle. We overcomplicate way too much. I made a video today speaking about niggas is scared. Niggas is scared to be scared. Do you understand that? Niggas is scared to be afraid. So now they're idle. Now they're stuck. Now they're stagnant. They're paralyzed. Because you were scared to be scared. You were scared to be afraid. You were scared to be in fear. Just because you feel that way, nigga, don't mean you gotta stay that way. Don't mean that's how your life gotta be. Just scared. Everything you do is just scared. You're scared to say what you want, say what you feel, say no, change your mind. You're scared. You're scared. You're scared to take that leap, and it's not even that big. You're scared to really put your head down in this perspective and work because you got a fear of missing out. You're just scared. People scared, y'all. And it's crippling. That's the disease that starts before the bipolars, the you name it. Whatever disease, every disease that they got going on, that's the disease that starts in the brain before it takes over the body, right? So, the mirror. Why is that the title of this episode? Because I have always had an issue with people half-assing stuff. Now, does that mean that I have always been a maximizer? Not necessarily. But I just always had a difficult time with people half-assing stuff, right? And ever since I was a kid, I felt this way. And now at my age and stage and maturity of life, the mirror spoke to me. The mirror spoke back to me and said, JB, you had a difficult time with people half-assing things because you half-ass things. Then I was like, damn. Okay, you didn't have to tell me that like that. Damn, right? But the truth, it doesn't wait for you to be ready. The truth gives it whenever, however, right? It don't wait for your feelings to be ready to accept it. The truth is your best friend, your bestest friend, who really got the goodest of intentions for you. So I start to peel this back. It's like when I'm graduating high school, I'm peeling this back and I'm like, damn, Like, yeah, I'm half-assing my work. I'm half-assing what I'm doing. At the time, it was basketball. So I started to do 2-a-days, 3-a-days. I really started to become more organized with my workouts. And that's when I seen the most results. With streaming, I seen the most results whenever I had a daily mission that led to the long-term mission, which is where I'm at right now. And I got a mission that's right now, that's daily right now, that's going to lead me to the next 5 years, the next 6 years. That's how long I've been streaming and making videos so far, right? Everything counts. So I was like, I'm upset at people half-assing things. They may think that they're moving at 80% speed. I know that my 80% is some people's 150. It's literally all they got. Literally. And I'm putting 80% up at the time. Let's just say I'm putting 80% up whole time. That is so much greater than what most people are doing. And check this out. The other day, I was doing some burpees with my homeboy at the gym, right? And that's his thing, right? He's a bigger dude. He jacked. He's twice my age, or almost twice my age. But you know, he asks people. He's very talkative. He's a connector, right? He from New York. Like, it don't matter who you are, he gonna talk to you. He gonna strike up conversation, and he means what he's saying. Like, he's very bubbly in this sense, right? And so he just met this dude that I just met, and we connected, da da da. So now we're doing burpees. But his thing is, he always mentions to people, yo, you want to do burpees with me after this workout? Most people say no. And I've done it with him twice. That was my second time. And that's more than most people have done with him. And I asked him, I was like, yo, bro, why you be asking people to do burpees with you? And he goes, because it's the best. And 90% of people can't do as many burpees as we do. The first time I did it with him, I think I did 80. The other day, we did 100. It's not all going to look the same. Every single rep is not going to look the same. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be ugly. But 100 burpees, that is health-wise, that is exceptional for anybody of any age. 18, 26, 21, 31, 35, 45. You can do 20 burpees, 10 burpees, 30 burpees, burpees in general. Health-wise, you're doing great. You are doing exceptional, right? So I felt great after doing the burpees. I felt great. Now, burpees is one exercise in itself. It's push up, drop to the floor, pop up with your legs, jump up. That's one. That's one rep. All the stuff you did, pop, 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 that's one. In the midst of working out, it does something to your brain chemistry. It alters what you thought was difficult, what you thought was hard, right? It alters that perspective. In the middle of you working out. Because people like to say you get into a flow state, you start flowing, and it's like, damn, I just did 5 in a row, now I'm gonna do 10 in a row. And yeah, you tired as shit, but it's like, damn, I'm already in flow, like I am. Now here we go. Now we about to jog. I was walking with y'all, now you're about to jog. The mirror is anything that I see, not all things, but anything that I see from another person that I loathe, I despise, I don't really like, I don't really agree with, those are a lot of things that you cannot agree with yourself. Ouch. You cannot agree to self. So that's why you point at other people, at what they're doing, because you can't stomach it, because you've been running. If any of y'all have siblings or parents out there, you got children, so you're a mother, you got a daughter, you are a father, you got a son, you start to see exactly who you are and who you're not. You start to see exactly who you are and who you're not with your kids or with your siblings. Why? The tendencies, the DNA, the code. It's just certain things that it's unexplainable. Like, you will only be able to get it because that's some shit that you did. Like, I was the only child for 13 years. And for about a decade, I was living with my mama. And we were, going from apartment to apartment to apartment. We was thugging it. But it was me and my mom. We had a great time. I wasn't a troublesome kid at all. My attitude, or my talkative nature in class, my conduct, as they say. That was the only thing that was really my issue. Other than that, I was well-mannered. I was respectable. I was notable. I was honorable. You know what I mean? Like, I was a real good kid. Not because my mama told me to be good, but I was a good kid for real. You know what I mean? And so I didn't really clean my room. I didn't want to clean my room. I just thought that was like why? Like, I'm asleep in it. Like, it's my mess. Like, whatever, right? I'm a boy. I'm a young boy, man. You know what I mean? And my mom would always tell me, clean your room, clean the bathroom, clean off the sink and shit. It wouldn't connect until we were in her room and we were watching the episode of Hoarders. Okay? We were watching an episode of Hoarders. And when she broke that down, and I was asking her questions like, Ma, this is how these people are, like, this is their house? I was stunned. I seen rats, roaches crawling, cats, all type of shit. Because obviously in the episodes, they have people, cleaners, that come through and clean the house. Because, hoarders love to keep so much shit. They love to keep mess. Too much. And it seemed like it's in too small of an area. Like, why you want to keep so much in a small area? Never understood it. But I was asking her questions. She was like, yeah, this is how your room gonna look if you don't start cleaning it. You're gonna have roaches, rats crawling. Like, it was damn near like people, like little rodents, little animals that was accumulating in the corner of their rooms with all the dust. The dust bunnies, as they say. Bruh, I was sick from one episode that day forward. I might have been 10 or 11 from that day forward. I was like between 9 and 11. From that day forward, from seeing that episode, and I didn't even watch the whole thing, I don't believe. My room was in tip-top shape. I cleaned my room up and down. Up and down. Why? Because I seen something on the TV, another mirror, camera. I seen something on TV that was not a direct correlation, but a familiar correlation to my space. I had things all over the place, papers, clothes, cars. I used to like Hot Wheels, trains all around, remotes, controllers everywhere. So what I seen was what I had, and it disgusted me seeing it. So I changed something about it. Most people can't do that. Why? Because they're afraid to look in the mirror. And also long enough, might I add. You got to look in the mirror long enough. It can't just be while you're brushing your teeth, while you're washing your face, and you get a 2-minute interval a day of looking at yourself in the eyes. Like, do you like what you see? Do you like, no. Like, for real, do you like what you see? Because you can't change it, you know. So, fast forward, my brother, he is now 12. And this year, he has took the initiative, which I gave him some gems and some, you know what I mean? Because he about to start having sleepovers, people coming to his house, you know, his friends coming to his house and stuff like that. You know, like, it's getting crucial for him. And he is now starting to organize and clean his room. So from this year, from 2026 to now, like, his room has been, well, yeah. From the beginning of 2026 to now, April, his room has been nice, looking better than it was, right? Things are organized. I can find stuff. I got room to move. Yeah. Things is not cluttered. He don't got stuff all over his desk, his dresser. Yeah, right? So I corrected something that I seen of myself that I didn't like, that I changed. You see, with my brother. And, you know, my mom, and I get it, right? Mama bear. But my mom, she does this thing where I say something as a man to my brother, a younger man, a younger boy, right? I don't want to say young man, but a young boy, right? I'm saying things truthful. I'm saying things from a unbiased, loving, noble place, okay? To my brother, okay? She hears it and she's like, well, when you was 11, when you was 10, you ain't have nobody, or you was the same as that way at 10. So what are we doing? Do we want him to be the same as me? Or to grow at the pace that I grew at and be stunted at a level that his big brother was at? Or, you know, what? No. My brother has a brother. I didn't have a brother. I had my dad. My dad was my dad plus my brother. But I had my dad as my dad, though. He has a brother and a dad. Come on now. I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to tell him, look outside and the mirror's right here. And in all honesty, he got 2 mirrors to look at. He got my dad and he got me. Like, I'm not my dad and my dad's not me. But if obviously, like, we cut from that. Shit, I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. You know? That's my dad. I love my dad. It's my dad, bro. Your dad is your dad. And the more you run away, is the more it tries to bite you in the ass. It chases you. It chases you. What you're running away from chases you in every lifetime because it becomes a part of your, like, DNA strand. It becomes a part of your character, and your character is what your energy, character, spirituality, your spirit, soul. That is what connects through other timelines in other lives. Okay? It's not just in this life that we're focused on. No. It's how it carries on. Like my grandpa, he transitioned to the other side a couple Fridays ago, right? His funeral was this past Saturday. I don't like funerals at all. My dad really wanted me to go. I went. For my grandpa and my dad, I went. That was my first funeral, really knowing what's going on and, taking in things and having the perspective and the maturity that I do about death and life and funerals and stuff like that. This is my first funeral. The visitation, the service, like all of that, all of it, and knowing what's going on. First one. So I'm looking at my grandpa in a casket. He was in the military. He had, military come through and, salute and put him into the ground and, whole ceremony. I'm looking at him, the impact that he has had on his or our family on the other side. And my dad, me, my brother, like, I will never lie to my brother. I will never tell him something that's going to stunt him. I don't aspire him to be like I was when I was 12, when I was 15, when I was 18. So different things need to be withdrawn at certain levels. There's certain things that he will be tapped into by the time he's 15 that I was not. I just thought it up in here because I've always been very intellectual and overthinking, right? Until I learned how to overthink in a positive way, in an effective way. Like, let's think a plan here. Like, let's really think this through. That's also a form of overthinking, but overthinking is mostly projected as negative, like that negative thought loop, right? You're thinking the same things over and over and over again, the worst case scenarios, the what they're thinking about, what they're doing, stunning yourself. I can't do it because all the examples and the scenarios that you build up in your brain, that overthinking shit, cut it out. But he's gonna be open to other things that I wasn't, my dad wasn't, my grandpa wasn't, my grandpas weren't. By the time he's 15, by the time he's 18, 21, and so on, right? So instead of telling your sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, your siblings, instead of telling them like, hey, like, it's okay, take your time, do, and it's gonna be cool. Just make sure you do, man. And please don't take this as, oh, I'm informing authoritative figures to like do that toxic masculine bullshit. Like, toughen up, don't cry, you can't show no emotion, stay strong, be a stonewall and do all, man, that shit for the birds too. That shit for dummies. But at the same time, a kid is a kid. If they are around things that they enjoy, they like doing, let's give more of that. Let's just give more of that. And if this child, this person is so stagnant, then we got to do different things that bring them out of that stagnation. Simple, point blank. You see your sibling, your son, your daughter, you see they are mad timid. They're unsure of themselves. They're always triple guessing. They don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. They don't want to. And sure, that it's a part of the journey for sure. It's a part of the journey. But take them to the mall with you. Do an exercise. We just talk to people. Take them to a park. Take them to a gym. And just start talking to other people. That helps tremendously. Tremendously. Like, strike up a conversation. This is him. Hey, He goes to this school, you go to that school, y'all, what video games y'all play? What sports y'all like? You know what I mean? Come on, bro. That will get your child or your sibling out of that timidness, because it really be coming from social media. If you keep it all the way 100, it really be coming from this shit. So you're watching somebody else, a fake mirror. It's just like a see-through. You put your hand through it, and your hand come at you. But you putting them in situations that they need to be exposed to. That's it right there. You putting them in scenarios, situations that they need to be exposed to. Because them on the phone, on the computer, on the iPad, watching someone else have or do something that they wish they can do, that subconsciously degrades their spirituality, their spirit, their character, their determination, their grit, their willpower. It decreases that. It diminishes that. And so just think, if you on your phone, look, while nigga phone is up, just think if you are on your phone 7 days a week for like 8 hours a day. Come on, bro. That's almost 60 hours of watching, spectating, viewing, commenting, having thoughts and opinions about other people's lives more than your own. What the No kid should be under that type of duress. No kid. None. Zero. Give a fuck where you live. I don't care if you live in the States, bro. It's terrible. I'm not getting no kid no damn iPad, iPhone. But the mirror. The mirror is the only place where you will find accountability. The mirror is the only place where you will have unfiltered, unbiased conversations, because, like I said, the truth will give it to you no matter if you're ready for it or not. Give a damn if you're ready. No, this is what's really going on. And if you run for it and if you disregard me, guess what? It's gonna keep catching up to you. So it's gonna paint itself in your friendships, your family, relationships, your intimate, committed relationships, your interpersonal, your work relationships with your peers, all of that. And guess what? You've been running so long. Sure, your stamina is high. You could run all day. But what happens when you get tired? Break down. You break down. You break down. And nobody else hurts more than a person that is running for their life. They are running for their life constantly. They're never at rest, but never looks in the mirror. Nobody hurts more than that person. So they start pointing the fingers. They start, nothing's ever enough. Nothing will ever satiate their void, because they refuse. They keep looking out the window. They keep looking at videos. They keep looking at other people. They keep spectating other people, having role models, having figures who are in a space that they admire, that they want to be. Whole time you are not even grateful for where you are standing, for where you are sitting. So, going back to one of the main points, JB, you get upset at people not listening to you? That was a thing for me, right? Why, JB? Because you know what I'm about to say. You know what I'm about to say? Because I really wasn't listening to myself. The ideas that I had so many, to the point where I had none. After a while, I was like, I had none. I didn't know where to step, where to go, because I had like information overload. I had idea overload, where it's like, which idea I'm gonna do next for real? Like I don't even really. Psh, I put myself in that paralysis. I gave myself. Yo. I was my own doctor. I prescribed myself. I diagnosed myself. I gave myself a wheelchair. I gave myself crutches. I gave myself. Oh my God. And I'm sure you felt that too. I'm sure you felt that too. It's like, what? You did all of that? You did all of that. It's like the person that is connected to negativity, like they can know when something's wrong with someone, with a situation, with a relationship. They can know when problems are coming, are on the rise. They can know that real well. They spot that quick. But when it comes to something beneficial, something positive, something spiritual, something enlightening, they triple guessing it. They don't know what's right. All they know is pain is right to them because that's what they side with more. Pain is right. Hurt is right. Problems is right. That's what's right to them. Not anything that is going to build wealth. Build wealth. Build you to be more rich. Spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, energetically. All of that. It's like, what are you siding with here? Like whose side are you on? Like what team are you on? You know? And I had a while when I wasn't talking to none of my brothers, nobody. Because I began to resent them for them not listening to me about stuff that they said they wanted to do. So I was just aiding and assisting their wants and desires because I love them dearly. And I was like, years, and this took me years, y'all, to stop resenting my brothers who love me, but may not have the resources to assist in different levels, not just something physical, but they didn't have the resources to assist me. Or, wow, scratch that. I wasn't able to let them assist me with the resources that they had. That's what it was. I wasn't able. I wasn't open. I wasn't accessible to that. Why? Because I was resenting them. I was putting up a 35-foot wall that they didn't have no ladder for. They couldn't climb. Whose fault is that? And I was pointing the resentment at them. When it took me some nights, but I began to go through the reverse. I began to resent myself for resenting them. But that part, because I love myself, and not to say that I don't love them, but I've always been self-motivating, self-accountable, self-influencing, right? Big on self-spirituality. That's just who I've always been. And once upon a time, I never wanted to like ask or lean or endanger anybody with my wants, my asks, right? I never wanted to do that. But whole time, that's what we are all here for, to ask, to help, to assist in any way. It could be a conversation. You don't gotta be nothing fit. People want to think the biggest things first, but you think so small. Your life is so small, but you want to think so big, and you want people to do all these things for you, but you think small. No, I wasn't able to allow them to help me in ways that they could. So I resented them. Then I began to resent myself. But that didn't last too long because I was like, wait, I got a mission to accomplish. And if I'm resenting myself, then I'm holding myself back. I'm holding these videos back, the stream back. I'm holding myself. I'm getting in my own way of connecting to the world of people that need to meet me, want to meet me, and I want to meet them too. So, boom, that revelation, that epiphany, that awakening. And so I went to every last one of my friends, every last one of my brothers, every last one of them, privately and together, in unison. I said, look, y'all, I'm sorry. Like, I resented y'all. And this was a couple years ago I did this. Not too long ago. I resented y'all for a while. I know we ain't speak in a couple years. I know we ain't say much, but I'm sorry. Like, sincerely. And I cried, man. I cried a lot about this shit. To them and by myself. Because I'm holding on to shit y'all didn't even know about. Y'all didn't know about it. But I'm glad Universe and God spoke through me. Because obviously I couldn't do this all by myself. I couldn't do this all by self. But going back to what I said, I've always been self-accountable, self-influencing, self-motivating, right? Huh. No, that's just your tribe and your people, your kind who really love you and who care about you and want to see you with everything that you desire and want in this life. That was them also assisting you behind the scenes. That was them assisting you when nobody was looking, when you wasn't talking to them, when you was resenting them. That was still them pushing. So you can be yourself. Because you know what it's like being around somebody who gets you away from yourself. But those who keep yourself enhanced and at a state of peace, those are the ones that we neglect. Those are the ones that we resent over time. Ain't that some shit? So, the mirror. I didn't like not being listened to. Whole time I wasn't listening to myself. When I had an idea, execute. Video idea, speak about it. Stream idea, do it. It was hesitant. It was, well, I need this. Well, I got to get this first and I got to get somebody to help me. Sure, I was right for saying that, but guess what it did for me in the long run? Make me feel wrong. I was right for thinking it. Right thought. Sure, you got to have some certain things to make a production run. Can't do it all by yourself. But at the same time, help yourself. The best lesson that I learned through all of this, I was going through a phase of reading a lot and walking a lot and meditating a lot, right? This was 2019, 2020. Yeah, 2019. Yeah, 2019, 2020, and 2021. Those 3 years, heavy on meditation, walking, journaling, all of that. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, The Power of Subconscious Mind, The Alchemist, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Those books like that, I just remember, reading those. In one of those books, this is what I got. If you want to help those who you love, because we're very giving, right? I'm very giving, you're very giving, very giving. And you don't put a restraint on how much you give. You don't do that. You don't count favors. You don't count how much you gave versus what they gave and then tally it up at the end of the year. You don't do that. I don't do that. It's never been my MO, right? But I heard if you want to help those whom you love and you care about, help yourself. And I cried whenever I heard that. I remember I was on a walk, and I was like at the beginning of my walk too. I used to walk early, like with the birds, like 5:30, 5:45, 6 a.m. And I cried. I cried on the walk. And I kept saying it over and over and over again. You want to help those whom you love, help yourself. You want to help those who you love, help yourself. And once I really embodied that shit, That's when they was calling. That's when other people started calling me from high school who I, you know what I mean? JB, bro, I remember our conversations, man. Thank you. I'm now da 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 da. And I remember the conversation you had about not giving up and betting on yourself and loving what you do and doing what you love and giving me some tips about how to work around da 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 da. Psh. That's when it started calling. That's when it started gravitating towards me. Mm. Wow, it's so beautiful to think about, right? It's so beautiful to think about, man. You're a light. You look outside, you see a light post in your neighborhood. What is flocking around the light post? Flies. Flies is surrounding the light post. That's the first people that flock to you. But the other light post across the street sees you. He sees you. Like, yo, what up? What up, my brother? How you doing? You know what I mean? Oh, another dollar. It's got people wanting me for what I got. I'm useful. When I look in the mirror, I'm useful. That's why a lot of people affirm these things. They're mantras. It's a lifestyle. Like, just be simple. It's a lifestyle. Just be simple. Just be simple, dog. It's a lifestyle. / an affirmation. To just be simple. In the midst of you looking outside and comparing and competing with people who you don't even know. Don't even know you exist. Don't even care to know you, even if you, yo, please, can I? And you write them so much, you DM them, you go break your back over and beyond for these people, but you wouldn't do that for yourself. That's crazy because I literally broke my back today. I didn't break my back, but I felt that shit at the gym. Leg day. I was working out with some women. Boy, you want to get your legs right? Work out with some women. But anyway, look in the mirror. Take this mirror for life. This is my gift to you. My gift to you. And guess what? It's everlasting. It's always going to keep going. It's always going to keep flowing. It's always going to be thing. Like, you see how your nose look, how your lips look, your beard, your mustache, your eyebrow shape, your eyelashes, your pupils. You know, you really get into the shit when you look in the mirror. But when you look in this fucking mirror, or what you think is a mirror, but it's not, or you look out the window, you notice nothing of yourself. / you start to dislike what you see of yourself because it's not quite like this. And that's the disease. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into the episode of the Just Be Simple podcast. It's your boy, man. It's your boy, man. I love y'all to the moon, to the Saturn, to the Uranus, to all the planets, to the other galaxies, to the other Milky Ways, to the other planets, to the other universes, to the other parallels out there. I love you. Take care of yourself. Just be simple. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the Just Be Simple podcast channel. And I'll catch you on the next episode. It's your boy JB. And I'm out.